Well, this is an interesting guy. He was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer when he was 30, and he was given just 5 years to live. Iain Ward is determined to create his own legacy in that timeline that's left to him. He's turning his health battle into a personal mission.
Yes, he's 36 now. He's known as the King of Chemo, and he's raised hundreds of thousands of pounds for charity. But he wants to break the world record for the most money raised by a marathon runner, and joins us now. I love the hat, the crown. I love it. You are the King of Chemo. You have how many followers on Instagram, social media?
Instagram, 8.3 million.
That's extraordinary. Many politicians would dream of having that much influence. You've obviously inspired millions of people, but you've also defied the odds, haven't you?
Yeah, so the life expectancy that I was given has sort of come to a marker point back in July, so I'm on borrowed time now.
Wow. So tell us about how you were diagnosed with this brain tumour, because it was I know that the surgeon told you it was a stroke of luck, wasn't it, that you were?
Yeah. It wasn't because of a stroke, though.
No,
so
true.
it was. I went in. I just needed money, and so I went in and I did a medical trial. And they specifically were doing a medical trial for an MRI that involved a head scan. And so within that, they were like able to discover that I had what was deemed to be a benign tumour at the time. And then after a second scan, they were like, "Nah, this is showing some growth. This is not benign. This is something that needs to be dealt with."
What I'm really interested in with you, we're all on a timeline. We all know that. What most of us don't know is what that timeline is.
Yeah.
And then something like this happens to you, and you're given your timeline. I mean, all right, you've exceeded it now, but you were told that you had 5 years left to live. And that means you have to start making decisions about what you're going to do in what you know is your allotted span that's left. I have a friend, for example, who we've just lost to cancer, who was told that he could live for 9 months with chemotherapy, but that would really restrict him, or he could live for maybe 4 or 5 months without chemotherapy, but he would have a much better quality of life. He went for quality rather than quantity.
Yeah.
What made you decide when you were given your timeline, OK, this is what I'm going to do?
Well, often I would attribute it to when I used to watch films, as if I don't still watch them, but I would always kind of wonder, like, who would I be in that situation? And so for me, I just kind of knew from a lot of different things that was like almost planets aligning, where it's like I can use what is the stereotype of cancer and the stereotype of chemotherapy against itself, and then I can do something really special with that, because something that I don't talk about much on social media, because people have like an attention span of this long and they don't need the information. But brain cancer and the type of chemotherapy that I would be going through wouldn't actually be that taxing on the body in terms of being able to do something physically difficult to do. So I was kind of like, I can leave that information out and say that I have cancer, and people will automatically assume that I'm meant to be bedbound and gaunt and unable to do these sort of difficult things.
Right.
So it would add this sort of the hero's journey thing, where it's like, oh, how is he able to achieve this thing? This is incredible that he's able to do that, even though it's not actually that hard to do. And so I knew that I'd be able to get a lot of eyeballs on me, and clearly it's worked.
Talk to us about the fact that you did this medical trial, because you did it, as you say, because you needed some money. If you hadn't done the medical trial and had this MRI, what would have happened?
I'd likely be dead by now, because apart from anything else, I go by the title of the unluckiest lucky man on the world, which my brain surgeon sort of not suggested to me, but mentioned it. And I just wouldn't have found out. I would have had symptoms by the time that I would have gone in. I'm the kind of person that'd be like, unless it's absolutely needed, I would not go into
put it off
a
and
hospital.
put it off, yeah.
Yeah, I'd just be like, you're drinking too much, you got a hangover or whatever. And yeah, I wouldn't go in until sort of last minute sort of thing. And then often by that stage, it's not that it's too late. I mean, brain cancer is terminal as it is, but it would have been like, very few months to do stuff.
Yeah.
So you've decided, you had a good think, and you've decided that with the time that is left to you, you're going to break a world record.
Yeah, I actually
Explain that to
didn't
us.
think about it much at all. It was like within a week of having the prognosis that I was just looking up, because I had done marathons before, and I just looked up what's the world record for most money raised for running a marathon. It was very kind of simple, of just like first Google search. Yeah, okay, that's my entire life's purpose from now on. It just like that.
And what is the currently the record?
A little bit above £2.3 million.
OK.
Yeah.
That's a huge amount of money.
It
How
is,
far
but
have you got?
So it goes every single year. My focus is to get people to follow my account and to not ask them for donations, specifically because if I was to constantly be asking them for donations, there's something called donation fatigue. They get sick of it, they get bored of it, and then I'd sort of lose momentum. So I thought it'd be better to do something in a completely unique way, which is to keep asking for more followers. And then so every single year, it increases the chances of that year. So like the first year, raised whatever amount of money. The next year I raised more, and up and up and up. So in total, from the start, I've raised over $500,000 US, which is 300,000, yeah, in and around that. And yeah, we've got a lot more coming in. We've made
that's a great start.
deals, shall we say.
That's a great start.
Huge start. I mean, the thing is, if you had £1 from every single person who follows you, you'd break that record.
Very true.
In a moment.
However, I would not have amassed that amount of people if I had started off with that.
Yeah,
so I'm constantly tempted to be like, come on, guys, just like, you know, this much for...
Just £1.
Yeah, just all...
And where does the money go?
So at the moment, it's going to the American Cancer Society because most of my audience are from the United States. So I thought, like, you know, play to the crowd. But, like, I've raised money for loads of different charities, and it's just kind of based around... what's significant at the time. So Irish Cancer Society, Cancer Research UK, Movember, loads of it.
And it's the New York City Marathon you're running on Sunday, the 2nd of November.
Yep, and I'm going to be doing it in 101 T-shirts.
Sorry?
Just because it's a world record, so I'm going to try and crack another sort of gimmicky one while I'm doing it.
I love it. I love it.
I'm
Your
sure
zest for
you'll do
life
it.
is
Great to meet
unbreakable.
you.
Really good to meet
Pleasure.
you.
Best of luck.
All the
All the
best.
best.
King of Chemo. Thank you, Iain.
Thank you.
Good luck.